All right, here we go. Welcome to this live presentation of Response Simulator, or RS for short. Thanks for taking the time to watch this live stream product presentation. Let's begin with giving you a small introduction to our company. VSTEP was founded in 2002 and is based in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. We are a family-owned business with over 70 people. We work every day on two products. Nautus, our maritime simulation platform. I will show you a little bit from that platform as well. And Response Simulator, our new version of the virtual safety simulation product. We're going to tell you much more about this during today's presentation. Please feel free to ask any questions during the presentation via the chat, and we will try to answer them at the end of this presentation. We hope this event is going to take half an hour, depending on how much questions you are going to ask us, and that's going to be included as live demonstration from Ben Borry. During the past 8 years, we've been working as a company on Rescue Sim. Rescue Sim is and was a successful virtual safety trainer with a focus on preparing incident commanders across various industries for any situation. 2 years ago, we decided it was time for something new and fresh. The team within VSTEP has been working around the clock to create a fresh product logo and new training philosophy. As already mentioned, our nautical simulator, Nautus, is a big part of the VSTEP company. We made the decision to build RS product on the same platform as Nautus. By sharing the same platform, a lot of new possibilities are going to be unlocked, and we've made available to our RS customers. We are very proud to present you the new version of Rescue Sim, Response Simulator. Response Simulator is a brand new virtual training platform, and we took the opportunity to build this new version in collaboration with safety and security experts by using state-of-the-art technology. RS places the user in a realistic 3D environment in which almost any scenario can be simulated. This allows training to take place whenever and wherever. Some of the key elements of the new software solution include the modular solution, choose functionalities and content to suit your sector and training goals. And we are actively developing new content and modules day by day. We have a user-centered design. The simple, intuitive interface allows non-technical users to quickly learn and operate RS. Instructors can now do much more in less time. The same action can be achieved with one click instead of 4, which you will see in our live demonstration. We have highly visual fidelity, with almost a near photorealistic rendering of objects and environments. This will enhance the trainee for 100% immersion in the simulation. During the design of the new product, we have been able to have a closer look together with our customers on the process of how our software is being used. And this allowed us to better understand what is needed for our customers to be able to deliver the perfect training on multiple levels. We see 3 steps. You create a training or a scenario you would like to train on. You connect a trainee to the created scenario and start training on it. You look and listen back to the conducted training, debrief and evaluate this with your trainer, with your trainee, which allows you to reconsider what is good and what is bad. And we call this the create, train and debrief. Define your training goals and create a scenario using the RS Creator. Considering it's suitable for using classrooms and other group sessions, this module alone is a powerful tool to reach many individuals by demonstrating the scenarios that you have built. We think it's so powerful that we have decided to launch RS Creator as a separate product. This new product is going to be available online now and is called RS Creator. Some of the key features are the complete RS world environment that was built in cooperation with safety and security professionals to make it as usable and accurate as possible. The complete RS content library that includes objects, vehicles, characters, and will enable you to build the scenes you need according to your training goals. This will allow you to design any incident, prepare and talk it over with the trainee in a one-on-one training or in a classroom session. With the train and debrief functionalities added to your simulation, you can take the training process a step further. You can connect your trainee to the scenario and begin training. The instructor always has full control over the training. He is able to escalate or de-escalate the training at any moment. By debriefing, you can play back your training session. Every action has been recorded, including all verbal communication, and use the lessons learned from your training session to educate and guide your trainee, ultimately bringing them to the next level. I think now it's time for the demo, and I would like to give the word to Mr. Ben Borhi, our product manager, sorry Ben for calling you a product developer, and he will show you around the complete software and all the new features and possibilities within the software. Mr. Ben.
Thank you very much, Taya. Hello everyone. Please bear with us just a moment whilst we get the software up and running, and wait for me to be passed the keyboard and mouse. Here they come. So what you see in front of you, this is RS, the new product. So basically this is Rescue Sim redesigned from the ground up. One of the key things you probably notice is the visual realism is much more high level than it was previously. So this is the most striking element, but what's more important is that the product is much more relevant. So what we've done is design the products with safety and security professionals. They've taken a key role basically in designing and developing the products along with us to make sure that the product is much more easy to use and much more accessible. So one of the things that we were told that was very important was to make the product more easy to use, because a lot of safety and security professionals are not necessarily technical people. So it's important that they are able to use this technology without a very steep learning curve. So let me demonstrate on how we've made this easier to use. For instance, if we look at this vehicle here, instead of previously having to select the vehicle, go into its properties to manipulate it, now you can literally just right click on an element of the vehicle and do that in real time. So if I right click on the door, you can see immediately we can select it with a slider, open and close the door. The same thing if I select this character, I can right click and make the character visible or invisible with a single click. If I want to control this character, so effectively make it a trainee, I can right click, go on control character, and you see a window pops up and immediately I have control, and using a joypad I can walk around and control this character. This window can then be put on another screen and used as a trainee. Same thing with the vehicle. If I right click on the vehicle, I can go open objects view, and again, a window pops up allowing you to see from that vehicle's perspective. So this gives the instructor a lot of flexibility to allow the trainee to see whatever they want the trainee to see from whatever perspective. What I'll do now is find a quiet bit of road and show you how some of these things could be manipulated in real time with minimal technical difficulty. So if we select a character, drag it into the scene, with a single click I can make this character walk wherever I want. If I want more sophisticated motion, I can just go add targets, click, add some targets, click the play button, and the character's walking along that path. I can also change the character's movement from running to walking with a single click. This same functionality is also available for vehicles. So the idea is there's a great level of consistency throughout the interface. So once you learn the philosophy, it's applicable to anything. So if we drag an ambulance into our scene here, again, I can make the ambulance move with a single click like so. But if I want more sophisticated movement, again, I can add targets, a few clicks of the mouse, hit play, and there's the ambulance going along that path. Now on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see our sequencing window. So basically, these sequences are sets of actions which are grouped together. So what this allows you to do is basically edit a more sophisticated sequence just with a single button. So if I press this play here, you should be able to see, if I zoom out, our fire trucks are now driving onto the scene. I can do the same thing for the police and the ambulances, and now with 3 clicks we have all sets of emergency vehicles making their way to the scene. So using this methodology you can build more sophisticated actions, and basically this allows you to basically script a scenario with more complicated actions with very minimal instructor input. Alternatively, if the trainee asks for actions which you hadn't anticipated, you can do what we did previously. You can drag whatever item is requested into the scene, and then on the fly, you can manipulate it very quickly, very easily to carry out whatever commands were requested. What I'll do now is zoom out a bit and show you a bit more about the training environment. So what you can see here is our residential area. If we turn around, you can see this consists of detached houses and semi-detached houses. Each of these can have a full interior, including furnishing, so that you can go inside the house, access all of the rooms. As well as that, we have our apartments. You have high-rise apartments and low-rise apartments, again, all with full interior. So the difference between this and our previous product, Rescue Sim, is Rescue Sim had very focused small training environments. With RS, we have one very large training area in which you can build any type of scenario you want. If we move over here, you can see we have an industrial section with warehouses. I'll move a bit further forwards so that you can see a highway, including intersections, a farm. This farm has a complete interior as well, including all of the barns, the farmhouse itself, etc. And we have a little kind of trailer park holiday area over here. What I'll do now is fly further along the environment. So you can see along next to the highway, we have a tunnel system, quite useful for tunnel incidents. Not just a road tunnel, but we also have a rail tunnel on the left here. Here we have a water section. This is basically standing water, a canal or river, where you can have port-based incidents, a container terminal with the ocean over there. And if we fly right over here, you can see we have an airport, and this airport is part of our aviation content pack, and this is also available for purchase. What I'll do now is just fly over to our city centre, which is useful for creating any kind of urban incidents. I won't go through all of the environment areas we have, but that should give you a taste of some of the things which are available. And I'll show you a little bit about the conditions tab. So this is something we borrowed from our nautical simulator. So this allows you to have a very accurate control over the conditions, the time of day. And because this came from our nautical simulator, it's actually highly accurate. So if you were to have a custom environment in here, all the celestial bodies, the sun and the moon, would be precisely located as they should be, given the longitude and latitude at any particular date and time. So what we can do here is if I scroll through the time slider, you can see the effect that has on the environment. You can also increase things like your cloudiness. Let's turn down the visibility to increase some fog. And this looks much more like Rotterdam. Unfortunately, the weather's not so good all the time. Here we have some rain. You can turn the rain on and off, and you can also bring in snow. So that pretty much concludes the basic introduction to the software. Please feel free to ask any questions via the comments, and I'll pass you back over to Taya.
Hello again. Here we are. Fab, if you could pop up my demo slide again, then I can show you one last thing we would like to share with you. Alright. With the release of Response Simulator, we wanted to build an even stronger community. This is why we would like to inform you about our community platform. The community platform is here to ensure every VSTEP user, RS and Nautis, can get more knowledge about our software, as well as to share experiences, feedback and great ideas within the community. It's also a place for our member to indirectly connect and get to know each other, connect us, and find relevant manuals about the product. And at a later stage, we'll be posting product videos and manuals on this platform as well. This will be available by today. We're going to start sending out the invites for this platform in the coming 2 weeks to our customers. I think now it's time for questions. I think there have been entered some questions. I'm looking at the slide now. Maybe Ben, you would like to step in the frame as well, because there's a lot of technical questions going on.
Hello everyone.
We got a question from Lee Jackson. Are the characters and vehicles aware of sloping grounds?
They are, so they should be able to follow slopes without a problem.
Okay, that was a quick answer.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Not so difficult.
Not so difficult. All right. We've got a question from Edge Training and Simulation from Australia. So the sequencing window acts like a simplified version of the trigger.
In some ways, it's simplified in that it's easier to use, but it's actually more powerful. So with the sequencing window, you can add things like delays and waiting. So if you want to wait for a character to arrive before the next event occurs, you can do that as well. So for instance, let's say you want one character to walk once another character has arrived. You can just put that in basically as a condition. Other conditions can be areas. So you can have an area when a character or any object walks within an area, then an event can be triggered, and at the same time you can have a wait, basically in the same way. Wait for 5 seconds, then continue with the event. So it's simple to use, but it definitely gives you a lot more flexibility than the old trigger system.
All right. I hope this answers the question. Simon. Then another question from Lee Jackson. There he is again. If the scenario is at night, does the facilitator screen also go very dark?
This is something that will not happen. Currently it does, but what we're going to do is decouple that so that the facilitator screen is always possible to see more light so that they can control things and see what's happening.
So let's say you turn on the fog at 100%.
Yeah.
As a facilitator, you still have the ability to
override
it and see it.
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Question on where and how can I buy the RS Creator from On. The RS Creator is available online. Which means you can just buy it from our website and it will be delivered in your mailbox together with an explanation within 1 to 5 working days, depending on how quick we are able to set it up. So yeah, that's it.
Exactly. Next question from Edge Training.
Yeah. The way it was described was that the creator, where the scenario is created, is a separate module to train and debrief. So we need RS Creator and another module to train and debrief.
Exactly, yeah. So basically Creator, if you buy Creator standalone, it's a very useful tool for creating static scenarios, or it could be for demonstration purposes within a classroom, that kind of thing. If you're an existing RS customer and you buy Creator, you can use it to create complete scenarios. So you can make a fully fledged scenario, then you copy that scenario to your system which has your training, and then you're able to train with it.
Okay, I hope that answers the question. Question from Jurgita Schilder. Can I create my own environment? At this stage, you can't do it yourself. It's something we would like to be able to do. So you import a 3D model and create your own environment. For now, with our help, we can create any environment that you need.
Exactly, yeah. And on the roadmap coming soon will be the option to make your own environments.
Yeah. In line with the previous question, can you have your own environment from Alexander Thoma?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think yes. Send us information and we will help you create your own environment or even your own objects. Custom content is always something that is available.
Yeah, this is something we do quite regularly. So we've built everything from city centres, oil refineries, petrochemical complexes, airports. It's pretty straightforward everyday work for us. So we just need the details on what you need, what level of detail, and then we can make it for you.
Okay, question from Guillermo. I have a little bit difficulty saying his last name. Guillermo asks, maybe you mentioned it already, but is it possible for multiple trainees to be in the simulation at the same time?
Absolutely. So this is possible. This is coming in June, end of June. We'll have the possibility to have multiple trainees all connected together at the same time. So yeah, this will unlock a whole lot of training potential.
Okay. Mr. Lee Jackson has another question. He's an active in the questions. Can the characters hold items?
Can they hold items? At this point, no, but this is something which is actively being worked on. So in a very near future, this will be possible.
Okay. Can you give an example of something a character could hold then?
Perhaps a ladder.
Okay.
It could be any piece of equipment you may want to move from A to B as part of a procedure. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Question from Lars. If I remember correctly, Lars is from Sweden. Do the vehicles have dynamics?
Dynamics. So dynamics is something that we've disabled for the moment because for incident command purposes, it's not so relevant. But as we expand our scope, definitely we're going to be reintroducing this. We already have the building blocks for fully dynamic vehicles, even to allow, quite sophisticated behavior with them. So this is definitely going to be coming soon.
Okay. Question from Jeremy Spawn. Do you have pre-built scenarios? What we will be delivering in the software are pre-built scenarios. So with the basic software, you get 5 basic scenarios with training goals. So a script on the training goal attached with it. That allows you to start training right out of the box of the software, but also have a look at how a scenario is built. So you're able to copy certain parts of this, use it to build your own scenario, or use it for customizing your own scenario. Then we also providing 5 scenarios of every different content package we have available. So if you look at aviation, we're going to deliver the aviation content with 5 training scenarios designed together with our partners. So in the case of aviation, it is together with Schiphol Airport on training they conduct, and we build them into a scenario. Am I missing anything on that?
That sounds perfect. So. Yeah, I think you covered it all.
All right. Another question from Edge Training. Just back to the create and train debrief. If we currently use RS4, it seems we have that in the feature in one license. So for the changeover, we do now have to purchase additional modules.
No, that's not the way I see it. So you would have, the crate basically is part of your training package.
Yeah.
So you have your crate and your train. That enables you to create fully fledged scenarios and then train in them. So Creator is basically almost like a duplication of your crate mode. Let's say you want to have a second computer where people can make their scenarios on, then you can buy your Creator package, and that allows you to have, for instance, 2 people, maybe one person's making a scenario whilst other people are training simultaneously.
All right, question from Lee Jackson. Can you have multiple facilitators and multiple trainees at the same time? I think the straight answer is yes.
Yeah, as I mentioned previously, this is coming very soon. Both in terms of multiple instructors and multiple trainees, they'll both be possible.
Okay. Another question from Guillermo. If we have multiple trainees in the same simulation, do they have to be in the same room, or can they be connected remotely?
They can be remotely, so it's all network based, so they could be very far away if you wanted. So often we have customers that will, for instance, with Rescue Sim previously, they would have different trainees in completely separate rooms, so their only contact was via radio. And that really gave the isolation that was needed to put them under pressure and make the whole decision-making process more realistic.
Okay, so full networking.
Exactly. Full networking.
Over internet connection to the other side of the world.
Internet connection is something we're also looking at. So network, land-based connection will be first, and internet, we think, will be very soon afterwards.
Okay,
we
cool.
see no reason why not.
Question from Anne. Is RS software available in other languages? At this moment, we only provide English. We are working closely together with our partners in future releases to be able to run in different languages. So that's something we're working on. It's a long process translating all these words, so give us some time, but yes, it will be available. Another question from Lee. Will there be dynamic water physics allowing realistic flooding scenarios, running water, not just a static level of water?
So the first version will be a static level of water. I mean, it is just a static level. It looks more realistic, but it's mostly on a shader basis. In terms of running water, that is more complex. It's something that there are different ways to solve. It's something we're looking into, but we haven't decided on what solution we're going to take for that just yet. Yeah. So simple answer is static for now. You will be able to simulate flooding with it, but for more detailed, running water with physics and currents and things like that, we'll have to borrow technology probably from our Nautis simulator. So they have very sophisticated solutions there.
Yeah, one of the first dynamics we're looking in is something to do with fire, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. Question from Lars. Can you combine triggers from different objects to create scenarios?
You can certainly combine different objects within triggers. So for instance, previously, let's say in Rescue Sim with the distance trigger, you could only cause that trigger to be triggered by the trainee walking within the area. Now you can trigger by any object or any character walking within the area. So it gives you a lot more flexibility.
Okay. Jurgita, on the website I saw you have another product, Instant Command. When is it available to purchase and where? Instant Command is available right now within the software. It's the, how do you say it, the next version of Rescue Sim. We bring in Response Simulator, we bring Instant Command. It's not available for sale on the website. It's something we consult together with you as a client or potential client to find the best training solution for you on that point, actually.
Exactly. I think that's all the questions we have.
Yeah. And I think it's time within our time frame to make this to an end. I got one last slide. Picture of our VSTEP team. Thank you very much for your attention. Please visit our website for more information on all the VSTEP products and in particular RS and RS Creator, but don't forget to look at Nautis as well. If you have specific training needs we would like to discuss, please feel free to send us an email and we are more than happy to help you. For now, again, thank you on behalf of the entire VSTEP team and we hope to see and hear from you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.